Welcome back, everybody, to a video number 3 on how to make a simple MasterCam sign using X9, which is our latest and greatest version of MasterCam software that Mr. Wadowitz went ahead and ordered for us. So we have our original sign there, Roderick Fishing Camp. What I want to do is show you that you can cut this out of, you can use the router to cut out the shape for you if we wanted to. We could do just a simple rectangular sign, or we could go ahead and make different shapes out of that. So you could draw a circle around it if it was the right size. You could draw an ellipse, an oval. We're going to go ahead and create a rectangular shape. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into an oblong shape or an oval at this point. And we want to do our anchor point from the center here. Okay. So that means that we're going to start it at the origin where our XY axes meet. So I'm going to go ahead and click there once, and you're going to see it comes out just like that. It's going to come out from the center equally. I'm going to draw this as big as I can and have a look and see if that's what I want. Let's see. Oh, that'll be a really nice shape to have. So exciting. We could also go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and click OK here just to get out of that and save it because we're happy with that. But we could also, just to let you know, you could go ahead and download a shape. You could download a picture, and you could find a fish shape and have it cut out that shape as well. You could do, well, there's all kinds of shapes you can do, right? So stars, moons, whatever shape you want to have on there. So what we can do now is we can tell this how we want to cut that shape out. We had that original toolpath. I got rid of it. We're just going to review that again here, and we're going to have it engrave this part here. So I'm going to go ahead and select all that, and I'm going to go transform, toolpaths, contour, fishing sign, and let's draw that again. I should have picked that first. So you'll notice here sometimes you have to select, we want to do a window. We're going to do that, and we're going to just select around what we want it to engrave. I don't want it to engrave that oval. I don't need it to. I want to make sure I have all my letters and pictures selected, go ahead and sketch approximate start point. We'll start it there, why not? And then we go ahead and click OK on there. Toolpath type is a contour at this point. Tool is a 1/16 inch bit, which is good. Then we go ahead and go to cut parameters. We've done this before. This is a review. We turn that to off. We do not want to lead in, lead out. And we just go to linking parameters at this point, and we change all of these to absolute. And then we go ahead and set our depth at 0.03. We go ahead and click OK. That's going to engrave Roderick, the Under Armour fish hook logo, and fishing camp. Exciting, great. Now I want to have it cut out this oval sign for me. I could cut it out on a bandsaw by hand. I could draw that and do that. I could, but I can also have this machine do it for me. Okay. So it's a different toolpath. We're going to have to do a separate toolpath. So we go toolpath, and then we go ahead and choose contour again. We're going to use chaining to select it this time. So we just want to select this chain of the oval. So I click that, and you'll see here it highlights that whole chain. It didn't highlight any of this stuff. I don't want it to do that. Just that outside oval. And I go ahead and click OK again. And this time it's a contour again. Our tool is going to be different though. We're going to use a 1/4 inch straight bit for that. So we go ahead and we have to find that here. Oh, straight bit, 1/4 inch right there, number 145. That's the size of our cutter to cut that out. We go ahead and click OK. Now, cut parameters. That can still stay off, that's fine. Depth cuts. We have to do depth cuts. We don't want to make this in one cut. It would break the machine or break the bit and just be unsafe. So we have to go ahead and add depth cuts, and our maximum rough step will be 0.1. Yeah, let's leave it. Oh, we'll make it an 1/8 of an inch, 0.125. Okay, and then it'll do the last one at 0.05. Okay, that's okay. That's good. We're happy with that. Lead in, lead out. We don't need that at this point. One thing we do need to add though is tabs. A tab will be, and I'm just going to go back to this and get this out of the way here. A tab is going to leave a little bit of wood at the 4 corners so that when we cut this out, this part doesn't break free and then slide into our cutter. So I'm going to leave a very thin little bit of wood at the 4 corners. I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so we select tabs here. We go to tabs. Now, we could have it automatically position tabs. I don't really want to do that. So I go ahead and I'm going to change the size of my tab. 3/4 of an inch wide is fine. I'm going to make them 1/8 inch thick, so they're a little bit thicker than what it suggests, which is fine. Now position. You'll notice this little window pops up here. You got to look for these little windows. They're there sometimes when you don't expect them. Select chain to add tabs to. So I'm going to put one here. You'll see there's my tab. I slide it around. I'm going to put one there. 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 Now if you read this whole thing, it says select chain to add tabs to. Press enter when done. So now we go ahead and hit enter on our keyboard. We're back to our 2D toolpathing. We've done the tabs. That's okay. It's going to leave that little bit of wood we can just cut off quickly on the bandsaw and sand the tab off. Back to our linking parameters. Our piece of wood in this case was 3/4 of an inch thick, so our depth is going to be -0.76. We'll have it go a little bit deeper than what we need to, just to make sure we get through and cut that out. Okay, we go ahead and click OK. Now we're at the point where we have the contour to do the engraving, and we also have the contour to cut out this oval shape for us. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? We want to verify this. We go ahead and click the select all operations. We're going to regenerate them all so that they've been refreshed, and then we're going to verify selected operations. Go ahead and click that. It's going to do a little bit of thinking there. Never hurts to think. Now, if you take a look here, this is our piece of stock, this pink board here. And we go ahead and click play. Then it's going to do our engraving, and then you'll notice if we did it, let's go back a little bit. I wonder if we can slow that down just a little bit. Let's play that again. Okay, you can see that it's doing the engraving of our logo, my name. Let's speed it up just a little bit because we're going to just show at the end here. I want to show how it's going to do that in multiple passes. It's going to change the bit to 1/4 of an inch on here. Okay, see how it changed it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving the tabs there. 6 passes. So it's going to take 6 passes to cut that out. And you can see here how it's left that little bit of tab material there. Now that piece is still anchored to our main piece of wood. It's really important to do, okay? So now we're done with that. We can go ahead and close that. We can see that it's doing what we want it to do. If it's not looking right, then come and get me and we'll see if we can figure it out. Now, what we have to do is deselect all our toolpaths here. So we deselect them. Now, I want to export these one at a time. I now have to turn it into X's and Y's that our machine can understand. So I go ahead and click on there. Go ahead and do that. So I have this one here. It's just got this green check mark on the folder there. That's really important. This is our engraving one. So we're going to push the post selected operations there. You'll notice our Larkin post is here. That's good. We go ahead and click OK. Now, I just have that one select. It's really important because we have a machine that can only have one cutter at a time. It's going to pop up here and say partial NC output file. Not all operations have been selected for posting. Post them all? No. We're just doing them separately. So I would call this fishing sign, and I would call it fishing sign engrave. I would use my name if I were you so that you know how to find it. Let's just do that here. We'll say Roderick fishing sign engrave. And we go ahead and click save. You would save it onto a USB stick, okay? Our computer out there is not hooked up to the network, so you have to save it onto a USB that we have. It should, that's around somewhere. If not, come and ask me again. Do you want to view these messages? There's errors. It always posts errors. Just say no. You don't have to worry about that. And this is going to do a little bit of coding here. It's going to think about it, and it's going to show you this is what you would need to type in if you had to do this. You know, when Mr. Briggs was a young man, you would have to look at all and put all these X's, Y's, and Z's in there, and you would end up with 1,700 lines of code in order to do that engraving. Okay, we're done with that. We close that out. Now we have to do folder number 2. I select it. The green check mark is only on this one. It's important. Again, we only want to have this one here. This is our cutout one. We go ahead and post that operation. This should all be okay here. Go ahead and click OK. Post all? No, we don't want to do that, right? This is our, because now we have to change the router bit. We have to engrave it. Then we put in our 1/4 inch bit, and we're going to say rod rig, fishing sign, and I call this one cut out, so that we know exactly what we're doing at this point, okay? I go ahead and click save. I'd save it onto the USB so I can take it over there. Do we want to view the messages? No, we don't want to view the messages. We don't care. Yeah, I don't know why it posts message errors, but they're not really there. They don't exist. This one here is a little simpler. You have, basically you have 2 straight lines and then these 2 curves that it had to do. In order to do that, oh, you only have to type 92 lines of code. Okay, you'll notice here it has all these G's, X's, Y's, and Z's. Okay, and this tells us where to go. All right, so we go ahead and close that, and we're done. We would now take our piece of stock, we would attach it to the router out there, we would make, we would run the spooler program, and we would run and cut this out. We would use the 1/8 inch bit first to engrave this, and then we would put our 1/4 inch bit in after and cut this shape out, and we'd have ourselves a nice little sign. Alright, we'll see you next time, and good luck.